in terms of sextiles too, as we look across here, we see that we have Mercury in Scorpio dancing in a sextile with Venus in Virgo. So Mercury would govern then or disposit any factor in Virgo. So not only are the planets there, Mercury and Venus linked by their angular relationship, but by the fact that Mercury in Scorpio is deeply woven into the tone and, let's say, motivations of that Venus in Virgo. So this transit, let's say, critical exchange between people, let's say deep analytical exchange and learning from others. So Mercury Venus, learning and informational exchange between people. So drawing on the tones of Mercury and Scorpio, a deeper sort of informational exchange, getting down into deeper critical analysis and learning through that deeper sort of critical exchange with others. Drawing on Virgo's need, penchant for analytical activity and exchange. And perhaps on the planet, as we go through unprecedented times, overused word, yes, we know. Perhaps though you already have found that you are seeking out places to discuss what's happening on the planet, or perhaps in your own country, seeking out forums in which people are willing to take a deeper analytical look at what is happening. Perhaps you yourself are having deeper conversations with others as you try to get to the heart of what on earth has happened to the planet in 2020. So, lots to discuss and try to get down into terms of analysis here. All right, so let us talk about Mercury retrograde. Let's edit the chart to bring that up, to bring that more into focus. So on October 13 or 14, crazy. We have beside Mercury the symbol which indicates to us that the planet is retrograde. Now in terms of a critical use here in this period, we're looking at 11 degrees of Scorpio down to 25 degrees Libra. So from the 13th of October to the 28th, and then Mercury dips back into the 8 degrees of Libra from the 29th of October until November 2. So basically we're looking at a 2-week period where Mercury is retrograde in Scorpio. So we're going to emphasize that time from the 13th until the 28th. So to reiterate, as we've mentioned several times on the channel before, retrograde periods in general for any planet, well, these periods have to do with psychic processes or situations. So on the energetic level, when a planet is retrograde, or relationship with the planet can become more internal. You could say that the planet's sphere of action is on deeper, more interior or internal levels. The planet works with us on a deeper, more interior psychic level. So in practical terms though, retrograde means that a planet is going to go back over ground that it has already covered. So the symbolism is, well, what may we have to do over, or what may we have to revisit? So going back over ground that it has already covered. So let's recap then a few of the core tools of Mercury in Scorpio, the processes involved when we are dealing with Mercury in Scorpio. We were discussing these in our last session of the Mercury. First is Mercury in a water sign. So we're looking at how the act of perception and is connected with the realm of water. spiritual processes, the realm of water. Two, with Mercury in Scorpio, our perception and thinking and communication are covered by some underlying Scorpio needs, and the need for depth and intensity, the need for deep insight, the need for power and potency, the need to penetrate to the underlying reality and to reveal that underlying reality. And then we were talking about the style of Mercury in Scorpio. So Mercury in Scorpio would describe a deep, penetrating sort of perception, so thoroughness and tremendous powers of focused intensity and concentration. Mercury in Scorpio has a basic urge to perceptually penetrate into the heart of the matter, and in Scorpio as well, Mercury's need to communicate with others would also be likewise colored by a need for depth. So on the whole, Mercury in Scorpio would be less interested in superficial verbal exchange. So with Mercury in Scorpio, we are more inclined, as we said, to be ferreting out hidden data. So Mercury in Scorpio really has the potential for seeing the deeper realities of a situation. So in broad terms, Mercury in Scorpio is really just inclined to notice, perceive, observe what is going on beneath the surface of any given reality. So we have this acute and shrewd perception that is aided and supported by inner intuitive processes, so intuitive ways of knowing and collecting data. So we said in our previous video that with Mercury in Scorpio, the thinking mind, Mercury, thought, Mercury, tends to be supported by these kind of subterranean, intuitive, and emotional calculations, Scorpio, done at the very deepest levels. Again, Scorpio. So Mercury in Scorpio can be characteristically not forthcoming or even quite secretive with its thoughts or observations, but when it does decide to speak, it can do that with tremendous intensity, power, and passion. So you may observe that Scorpio people, there is a lot of energetic power that tends to be released with verbal output. So these are some of the tones then of Mercury in Scorpio, basically motivated by the need to penetrate to the deeper realities and dimensions of any given experience. Now, with Mercury retrograde in Scorpio, we have this intensified, so there is more reflection, review, and deeper assimilation of data. So we are supported to engage in even deeper review. So Mercury stationing and its retrograde period represents a slowing down of our perception, and it supports a concentration and focusing and deepening of our collective mental energy and thought. So Mercury in the sign of Scorpio is already interested in deeper insight. So there is a sort of double emphasis here, with one, Mercury being in Scorpio, and two, Mercury being retrograde, which tends to amplify and intensify the qualities that are already inherent in Scorpio Mercury's expression. So what are the tasks and opportunities we have during this time when Mercury is retrograde in Scorpio? So one, Mercury retrograde in Scorpio is a period which supports those of us who are invested in really figuring things out, people who are times for him. So Neptune, there in its home sign of Pisces, on one level will present us with the challenge of having to wade through more cognitive fog, perceptual fog, deception, obfuscation, things that clearly real when they are false. So this kind of thing. So Mercury retrograde in Scorpio is a time when we are very supported to look beyond appearances to deeper truths, to look beyond appearances to deeper truths. And oftentimes, those deeper truths may be very powerful or even strong. Number two here, Mercury retrograde in Scorpio can support us in getting down into exploring, thinking about, reviewing, reflecting on, communicating about, and accessing insights into deeper relationship dynamics. So perceiving the deeper realities that Scorpio of our more emotionally involved interpersonal unions or relationships. And these more emotionally involved relationships do belong to the domain of Scorpio. Number three here, Mercury in Scorpio, Mercury retrograde in Scorpio, in general would support powerful acts of perception, coming into a deeper understanding of things than we might have had before. So it would support this sort of revelation or unearthing things which were hidden coming into conscious awareness. The opportunity to revisit content or material in the psyche which may have been buried, and sometimes to the kind of content or material that we may be reluctant to unpack. And this process would be supported by Mercury's opposition to Uranus. So this idea of revelation and unearthing, and we just discussed this Mercury in Scorpio, Uranus in Taurus opposition. So because Mercury goes retrograde, we have the extension of this Mercury-Uranus transit. So this opposition of Mercury in Scorpio to Uranus in Taurus is what is really coloring the energy of October. Four is that, point four I want to make here is that on the 25th or so, Mercury retrograde will join up with let's move to chart. Take a look at when the Sun and Mercury are together. So the Sun will invigorate and let's say energize the processes symbolized by Mercury in Scorpio. So the Sun invigorates, and so we have this idea of the hidden things being brought to the light of conscious awareness. So we may witness this on both collective and personal levels. Number five here, with Mercury retrograde in Scorpio, the transformation of perspective which comes from a deeper view. So Scorpio's urge for transformation and healing that comes about when we walk, when we reconfigure our thought patterns. So as we have this Mercury-Uranus action, this repatterning of our thoughts, and the support for new awareness, this can help to bring about healing and transformation. So through processes of revelation, review, thinking things over, and coming into new awareness, we would release and heal and eliminate toxic mental patterns and their accompanying emotions. So Scorpio is on one level about the healing and integration of the emotional body. So with Mercury retrograde, we have this idea of how a do-over in terms of certain thought patterns can support emotional healing. So when I have the opportunity to mentally review something on a deeper level, it may show me things I haven't seen before, it may show me a different perspective on Uranus, it may illuminate my mind, again the Sun and Mercury together, it may illuminate my mind in a way that supports healing and transformation with Scorpio. using your voice to help to heal and transmute darker emotional content. So being a voice of healing in the face of heavy or extreme opinions, woundedness, pain, cruelty, shaming, and some people within the collective will play this role during this time. So the right use of the word, let's say realigning the use of the spoken word in order to facilitate healing and the clearing out of negative, toxic emotions in the collective rather than adding to the collective emotional debris. So these are a few things to chew on and think about. So we do these videos, folks, twice a month, looking at the astrology of the first half and the second half of the month, taking a comprehensive, in-depth look, connecting the themes and trying to make sense of the astrological story. So reminding you as usual that I'm going to go over private astrological expectations, and links to that are in the description box below. So wishing you folks a great start to October, and until next time, talk soon. Bye.
Hey guys, it's Michelle Taylor Willis, and thanks for tuning into a recording. Hey guys, it's Michelle Taylor. Michelle Taylor Willis.
You're watching 40 Team Center.
With an A-plus rating by the Better Business Bureau and 3-time award winner of the Best of South Fulton Lifestyle, Legend Roofing lives up to its name.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of According to Michelle with Michelle Taylor Willis. And again, I'm here on location in the beautiful Eleanor place right here in Manhattan, Atlanta. So if you are home, if you're sick of being at home, working, doing homeschool, and you need to get out and do some work of your own, this is the place you want to be. It's beautiful in here. So you feel like a queen every time you walk in. And you know, we all know but it's drama. And it's Eleanor Roosevelt. I realized, this is Eleanor. So you gotta get over there and Do you hold court like in your bedroom as a child?
No, really, no, not at all. And so as a child, both of my parents were teachers, and as a child, in our basement, we actually had a classroom set up. So I'm sure when people came over to visit with me, and I was like, oh, let's go play school, they were like, what is wrong with that? We had a chalkboard, my dad had his office there, so there was a mini
School is always in session.
Right, exactly. We had school. I didn't understand how people didn't think that was fun. Like a blackboard, like, yeah, we had school.
They're like, friend, this is
Please get out.
one of the
Please
things.
get out.
More.
My dad was born in 1918. My mom is obviously significantly younger because I was going
1918?
right. So I am the age of most of my second cousins, and my dad's.
Welcome to the Day Report. I'm